Listen to me now. The ground in East Rutherford is shaking. Do you feel it? Do you hear the thunder rumbling from the Baltimore Harbor all the way to the New Jersey Turnpike? The Standard is finally returning to the Standard. Since 1925, the Mara family has demanded one thing and one thing only from the men who wear the blue jacket: unyielding character. We aren't just looking for a playbook. We are looking for the keeper of the flame, the architect of the next era of New York football. But look at us now, standing in the shadow of a decade of disappointment. We are a flagship without a captain, wandering through the fog of East Rutherford. The East Rutherford steel is rusting, and the fans are screaming for a savior. But today, Thursday, January 15th, 2026, the silence has been broken. The news has hit the wire like a lightning bolt from the heavens. The New York Giants have hired John Harbaugh. This isn't just a coaching hire, it's a hostile takeover of mediocrity. A reported 5-year, $100 million deal is being finalized as we speak. Harbaugh brings 180 wins, 13 playoff victories, and a Lombardi trophy to the Quest Diagnostics Training Center. This is the seismic shift that changes the gravitational pull of the NFC East forever. The Giants' pride is back. But before we dissect the defensive masterminds who could lead this Big Hell 2.0, join the inner circle. Hit subscribe, smash that like, and tell me in the comments, is Harbaugh the man who brings Lombardi number 5 to the city, or is the hill too steep to climb? I'm reading every single one of your takes. The dynasty blueprint is being drawn. Harbaugh isn't coming alone. He's bringing the heavy hitters. Reports are swirling that Todd Monken is the frontrunner to take over the offense. Monken, the man who guided the Georgia Bulldogs to consecutive national championships, whose 2022 squad led the nation with over 7,500 yards. He's the same man who turned Lamar Jackson into a 2-time unanimous MVP and made the 2024 Ravens the first team in NFL history to hit 4,000 passing and 3,000 rushing in a single campaign. But while Monken fixes the offense for Jackson Dart, the real question remains: who will lead the defense? The 2025 unit underperformed despite the arrival of Brian Burns and the emergence of Abdul Carter. Shane Bowen is out, Charlie Bullen is likely Cowboys bound, and now we look at the 4 names that could redefine the Giants' defensive identity. First on the list, the prodigal son, Antonio Pierce, the former Giants middle linebacker and Super Bowl 48 hero. Pierce left a favorable impression in his head coaching interview, but the buzz is building for him to return as the defensive coordinator. He was a coach on the field for Tom Coughlin, a man with a genius-level football IQ who could get a unit lined up correctly in his sleep. While his head coaching tenure in Las Vegas ended at 4-13, his 2021 stint at Arizona State proved he can coordinate. He understands the pressure of the New York media. He understands what it means to bleed blue. But is the front office looking for nostalgia or experience? Pierce would bring a visceral, emotional intensity that this locker room hasn't seen since the days of Justin Tuck and Michael Strahan. Imagine him in the ear of Abdul Carter, teaching him the nuances of the mic position. Enter Jim Leonhard, the current assistant head coach and defensive passing game coordinator for the Denver Broncos. Leonhard had a 10-year NFL career, including a stint under Harbaugh in Baltimore back in 2008. He's a tactical wizard who turned Pat Surtain II into the 2024 Defensive Player of the Year. Leonhard is also the top candidate for the Cowboys vacancy, but the Harbaugh connection is strong. Leonhard is known for simulated pressure, bringing 4 rushers from anywhere on the field to create confusion while dropping 7 into coverage. If he can take those looks and apply them to Dexter Lawrence and Kayvon Thibodeau, the rest of the league is in trouble. He's a former safety. He sees the game from the back end forward. In a division with Jalen Hurts and Jaden Daniels, you need a coordinator who can bait mobile quarterbacks into the danger zone. And then there's Zach Orr. At just 33 years old, Orr is the rising star of the Harbaugh coaching tree.
He played for John from 2014 to 2016 and has been on his staff for nearly a decade. As the Ravens DC in 2024, he led the #1 rush defense in the NFL. Over a 2-year span, his units allowed the fewest rushing yards in the league, just 3,174. He's a linebacker at heart, a man who understands the multiple front philosophy that Harbaugh craves, or represents the Baltimore North extension. He brings the exact playbook that has kept the Ravens in the top tier of defensive rankings for years. If Orr follows John to the Meadowlands, expect the Giants' run defense to transform from a sieve into a brick wall by week 1. Finally, we look at Anthony Weaver, currently a hot head coaching candidate for the Steelers and Falcons. Weaver has been Harbaugh's right hand in Baltimore as an assistant head coach. He spent the last 2 seasons as the Dolphins' DC, where his 2024 unit finished 4th in total defense, the best mark for Miami since 2010. Weaver is a defensive line specialist who led the Ravens to the #1 rushing defense in 2021. He's a mountain of a man who commands immediate respect. If he doesn't land a head coaching gig, he is the alpha choice to bring that Baltimore physicality to the Jersey swamps. Weaver's scheme is aggressive, using stunts and twists on the interior that would make Dexter Lawrence an even bigger nightmare for opposing centers. I'm hearing whispers from the trenches. One unnamed league executive told me Harbaugh isn't just hiring a staff, he's building an army. If he gets Monken and Orr, the Giants are the favorites in the East by July. A high-ranking source inside the building at the Quest Center muttered, "The players are already asking about Jim Leonard. They want a guy who played the game at a high level and understands the grind." A veteran scout was even blunter. If you have Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns, and Abdul Carter with Zach Orr calling the blitzes, you don't just have a defense, you have a firing squad. Tactical deep dive, chalkboard time. Why do these names matter for Dexter Lawrence and Malik Neighbors? Defensively, the Harbaugh system relies on modular fronts. Whether it's Orr or Leonard, they'll use stunt packages that leverage Dexter Lawrence as a 340-pound shield. Imagine Dexter Lawrence occupying 2 blockers in the A-gap, while Abdul Carter loops inside with that rabid all-game intensity. We're talking about Big Hell 2.0. Offensively, Monken's arrival means a vertical stretch for Jackson Dart. Monken won't just run the ball, he'll use RPO constraints to force the safeties to choose between Malik Neighbors and a darting Dart. The financial implications are massive. $100 million for one man to steer the ship. This is a commitment to excellence that we haven't seen from ownership in the modern era. The biographical bridge is unavoidable. I see Jackson Dart, and I see the DNA of a legend in the making, a kid who threw for 15 touchdowns and ran for 9 more in just 12 starts. He has the footwork of a young Russell Wilson, but the raw vertical aggression of an Eli Manning in the clutch. And John Harbaugh, he is the mirror image of the Tom Coughlin era, disciplined, detailed, but with a modern adaptability. He links back to the legendary era of the G-men because he treats the special teams with the same reverence as the quarterback room. He understands that to win in New York, you have to be as tough as the asphalt in the North Philadelphia streets. He understands that the blue-collar ethos isn't just a marketing slogan, it's a way of life in the tri-state area. Think about the impact on the depth chart. With Monken, the Giants will likely lean into 12 personnel, 1 running back, 2 tight ends, to maximize Theo Johnson and Daniel Bellinger, creating mismatches for Jackson Dart to exploit. This protects the offensive line and allows Malik Neighbors to operate in one-on-one situations on the outside. Defensively, the move to a more multiple front allows Brian Burns to stand up or put his hand in the dirt, keeping offenses guessing. The ripple effect is everywhere. Even the special teams, a hallmark of Harbaugh's philosophy, will see an injection of talent and discipline. We will monitor every move at the Quest Diagnostics Training Center, every private jet landing, every staffing hire, every tactical detail. Because here, we don't just watch the game, we live the strategy. We are the eyes of the city that never sleeps, on the team that should never back down. The decision made this week on the coordinators will echo for a decade. It is time to wake up the Giants. It is time to reclaim the mantle. The pride of New York is on the line. Harbaugh is in the building. The Wolves are off the leash. Blue Big is back.